Whoa! Hi, I'm Nick with Raise3D, and today we're testing fire retardant materials. For this video, we're going to be testing fire retardant materials. We're following as closely as I can to a specific certification for fire retardant just materials overall, according to the UL 94 guidelines. Now, UL is an organization that does full validation on all kinds of materials, not just 3D printing filaments. So we can't officially sign off on that as like an official UL 94 certification. This does not mean that these materials are UL certified, but I am following that rubric as closely as we can moving forward. Essentially what we're doing for the test is there's a bit of a time that needs to go over for the part. The flame is 20 centimeters tall, and this part needs to be 10 centimeters away from the base of the butane burner. When we put the part over, it'll hang there for 10 seconds. We then remove it from the flame, record how long it takes for the material to be extinguished on its own. There's also cotton flashing down on the table to catch if there are any parts that drip from the testing piece onto the material. That counts as pretty much it's the highest flammability, even if it does extinguish immediately, as if it drips on the flashing, it goes straight to being the highest flammability that there is. So just kind of keeping that in mind. But basically we'll be doing that for a number of materials, starting with a PLA, doing an ABS, doing an FR ABS, fire retardant ABS, then doing a fire retardant PC, and then we'll also be testing a carbon fiber nylon material as well. Just to kind of get a full kind of testing bed for all the different types of materials and seeing how those perform and why FR materials deserve having that fire retardant portion as part of their name for sure. So based on all of that testing, we saw that the FR materials by far outperform these standard materials in the time it takes for them to extinguish. They essentially extinguish themselves out almost immediately, which is exactly what you want for any kind of electrical housing or anything that might be in any kind of flammable environment, because if parts are going to be under that kind of heat, like we saw with PLA, they're just going to go up in smoke, and we really want to avoid that for certain parts. Kind of what we were showing with the UL testing, that's just a general rubric for really going through and seeing what those kind of properties are. They do individual testing for the actual products, kind of on like a housing to housing basis, so to speak. So even if we could get these materials officially approved, we would still want to have those parts sent off to UL in order to approve the final product. So just starting with the FR materials, make sure that you're getting off on the right foot if you are looking at having an official part fully validated by UL. Looking at kind of just general use things, there's a big difference between even the FR materials themselves when working with like an FR ABS to an FR PC. FR ABS, while it still doesn't really burn for too long, it still extinguishes itself really quickly. It does let off a significantly kind of larger volume of smoke. We get a lot more kind of black residue coming off of the ABS FR test pieces, whereas the FRPC seems to be the lowest amount of smoke off of those parts and still very, very good extinguishing times. So I would for sure move forward with like an FRPC for any FR parts that you would be looking to make. The other one, we did test a carbon fiber nylon. Carbon fiber does make the parts extinguish themselves out a lot faster than what you would see with like an ABS or a raw ABS or like a standard PLA. We did end up testing carbon fiber ABS in addition to regular ABS and FR ABS. That material still is a bit flammable. The carbon fiber helps, but it's nowhere near as effective as the FR ABS. The example of the nylon materials, the biggest setback with those is that the nylon material does drip in almost all the tests that we ran. So it might extinguish itself out okay, but if it is on fire for too long, then it's going to cause drips that can end up causing other things to ignite below it, and that's probably one of the worst things you can have in an environment where you're trying to reduce the flammability of anything within the system. So kind of moving forward, looking at the materials that you're starting with, if you're using an application where you want the FR resistance, the materials from our testing should be able to perform, but if you wanted the official approval like mentioned, that would need to be tested afterwards. What we did here was still a really good example to get some good information on the materials that you'd be using, but there's again all kinds of things and all kinds of experimentation out there. So I hope this video was really informative, and we'll see you in the next one.